Greetings, everyone. My name is Father Raymond Lafontaine, and I serve as Episcopal Vicar to the English-speaking faithful here in the Archdiocese of Montreal. Recently, it was my pleasure and privilege to participate in an international gathering called Parish Priests for the Synod. This gathering took place in a retreat center just outside of Rome, and it gathered over 200 priests from all over the world who came at the invitation of the Holy Father, Pope Francis, and of the Secretariat of the Synod of Bishops. One of the reasons this gathering was called was because at the Synodal Assembly that took place last October, it was noted that there was a very small number of parish priests present, and that one of the difficulties in getting the synodal journey off the ground in local churches had been the fact that parish priests had not been fully brought aboard. And it was recognized that it was very, very essential to hear the perspective of parish priests and to recognize their importance in the life of the local church, and that their participation in this process would be essential. So in that light, over 200 priests were chosen, representing 97 different countries, to come together in this retreat center. I was able to participate not as one of the 3 Canadian delegates officially chosen by the Bishops' Conference, but I was invited by the Synod Secretariat to serve as a table facilitator for the process. And that was a great experience because it allowed me to both learn about the inner workings of the Synod and also to get to know a wonderful group of priests coming from all over the world. So the priests had certain times when we were in plenary session together, but a very important part of our time each morning was spent in the practice of conversation in the Spirit, and we facilitators aided those conversations, ensured that each priest had a full opportunity to express himself, and that all perspectives would be heard, and so that we could all respond to that together. It was amazing to accompany a group of priests from such diverse backgrounds and experiences. Everything from European churches like Germany and Ireland and the USA, a missionary in Central Asia in Kazakhstan, priests from India, the Philippines, Malaysia. It was a really incredible experience of both the diversity of circumstances and contexts in which we find ourselves, but also of the unity that we have in terms of wanting to really be at the service of our people. The 3 topics that we've looked at each day: the face of the synodal church, how are we experiencing what it means to journey together with our people, what's helping us do that, what's getting in the way, that we are all disciples and all missionaries, and that our task as parish priests is to really help to identify and foster and bring out the giftedness in the people in our communities and to ensure their full participation in the mission of the church, and that we can put into place structures of discernment that help us to make good decisions about how to do that. A highlight of the experience was on the very final day when this group went back to Rome and met personally with the Holy Father, Pope Francis. He spoke words of encouragement to us. He responded to 7 questions that were brought out by priests from different parts of the world. And then he challenged us. He sent us home with a 3-fold challenge. The first, to continue to live our ministry as priests in greater service to the people of God and to help our people to own and discover and develop their gifts. To develop more effective practices of communal discernment in our communities so that we can make good decisions together for the sake of our parishes and our dioceses, and to really develop among ourselves as priests and with our bishops a spirit of fraternity and solidarity to really work together effectively. It was a wonderful experience of unity in spite of the great diversity in our church, and I think it's very promising that the Holy Father said that what we said is going to be taken very seriously at the next meeting of the Synod of Bishops in October. Our contribution, our feedback will be heard. And I look forward to being able to share more of this with the Diocese of Montreal as the process unfolds. Thank you. Bye.